Steve, this will be the first time in 4 years that Virginia's 5th District will see a new representative. Back in the June primaries, John McGuire beat out incumbent Bob Good in a tight race. The event actually kicked off 30 minutes ago at 3:30. Students in the ROTC program are taking shifts for the next 24 hours, walking the terraces. In preparation for its 50th anniversary, Wintergreen tells me it's had these snow machines up and running since last Friday. Almost every holiday season, this yard in Mount Sydney is filled with hundreds of inflatables like the ones you see behind me. Aaron, Steve, it was actually this morning just around 10 a.m. when Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. took that plea deal. Aaron, several roads in Albemarle County are closed from being flooded or having debris and trees covering them. Even schools were closed for the day. Now it's just a waiting game to see when the rain will stop so repairs can start and roads can reopen.
Somebody turn off the spigot.
Batesville is one of the communities in Albemarle County seeing devastating damage from heavy rains. John Pollock lives there and showed me how the flooding did this to his son's driveway.
The river's been flowing for so long that it did a lot of erosion, took out the driveway, and there's no way now to get across the river right here.
Pollock says he was also worried for his own house, with water coming just inches away from his front door.
So I was up all night long monitoring it, seeing if water was going to come into the house, because you don't want that to happen.
The rain has also caused trees to come down on the road. This one closed Plank Road, sending drivers on a detour.
I had to reroute. It was pretty scary, It's like every time I come over to since last Thursday, things are starting to transform again.
Lou Hatter's with VDOT. He tells me workers are doing all they can to get roads back open once it's safe to do so.
We'll be working around the clock for as long as it takes to get everybody back moving again.
But in the meantime, make sure you are being cautious on the roads. And when you see these signs, obey them.
Please don't drive around barricades. They're up there for a reason, because there are situations where the roadway may be there, but the material underneath has washed away, and the weight of a vehicle could cause that roadway to collapse. And again, not leading to a good outcome.
The Virginia Department of Transportation tells me that district-wide, there are now 21 roads closed, with 13 of those being in Albemarle County. Live in the newsroom, Amaya Mitchell, 29 News at 6. Casey, Maggie Kaufman was 7 when she passed away in March. She loved her My Little Pony toys, and now for her family and friends in Charlottesville and beyond, it's toys like these that are keeping her memory alive. It's one in particular.
In the darkest times and the most painful circumstances, sometimes there can be a light of joy.
This is Margaret Staver Joy Kaufman, Maggie Joy to those who knew her, with her brother Calvin and her parents Evan and Kelly.
We named her Joy for a specific reason, just that she was a hope that we had been waiting and praying for, and then she just became her name.
We called her Maggie Joy because that's who she was.
Maggie Joy passed March 2nd after suffering an asthma attack.
It takes a lot to kind of get to me, but I was on the emergency room floor crying like a infant. It's a pain that will stay with us, my family, my son, and my wife, forever.
Evan Kaufman wanted to find a way to hold on to the memory of his daughter, something that spoke to Maggie Joy's personality.
What you have to understand about Maggie is that she was an encyclopedia, probably an expert on My Little Pony. I think we had 100 of them.
Maggie Joy's love for My Little Pony inspired her dad to reach out to the parent company of My Little Pony, Hasbro, and share her love of their toys with them. They really did not expect to hear back.
He told me about it, and I'll be honest, I kind of laughed and said, no one is going to answer an email like that.
But Hasbro did answer. A few weeks later, while checking their mail, one of their Amazon packages contained something extra special. Hasbro sent this etching of an artist's rendition of a Maggie Joy My Little Pony.
And I started to shake. My knees were buckling. It was very emotional because this was a kindness from somebody that I don't know.
As my sister-in-law said, Maggie Joy's mind is blown somewhere because it was her dream to become a pony. And so here she is, transformed into a little pony.
Then a couple days later, another package. This time, Hasbro had took things a step further and brought the drawing to life, a piece of their daughter to cherish forever. This note was also attached, detailing how they specifically made this one-of-a-kind My Little Pony to reflect what made Maggie Joy so joyous.
The care they took to really get to know her. I mean, the details in this pony, it's as if they sat down with us.
Kelly Kaufman says it's the few good days like this that have helped her on her journey of grief.
I would trade every single bit of this to have her back for 1 second. But if this story brings joy or spreads love and kindness, then it will make our grief a little bit better.
Maggie Joy's parents, Evan and Kelly, tell me they keep the My Little Pony in their family room. They say they can see the doll when they're watching TV or spending time together, and now Maggie can join them too. Live in studio, Amaya Mitchell, 29 News at 5.